Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to MotoGP 80, where Mario suffered a couple of falls last time out in France. Can he get back on form around the Mugello circuit in Italy? And because it's been a bit easy in qualifying, and the race has been pretty even, but in qualifying, it's not been good at all. We're not going extreme, we're going to almost extreme, as close as we can. Yamaha. Let's see if Mario can get back on form then. At least in qualifying, we'll get another pole, as he's got two possible efforts here in qualifying one. He brakes nicely into the first corner, really hooks up that apex, so difficult to do that. That's very promising. As you will notice, a bit of a pattern here in Mugello, fast chicanes. Another fever everywhere, look at the stands. Absolutely crazy. It's just yellow everywhere. Oh, there's a bit of white as well. Obviously, they've elected a new pope as well. In the middle of all of this has... Oh, he's throwing the lines. He's not particularly quick, though, from the sound of things. Needs to maybe be a bit more aggressive. So once again, maybe a bit of understeer for him to combat Buddy Superior. It's all a bit all over the place through the tightest chicane of them all. It's now, after this right hander, going to the fastest of them all. To go downhill through the right hander. Just be gentle on that power. And nail that throttle. It's all back end getting away. You had to use the brakes a bit there. Just to stabilise that rear end. It's now downhill through the left hander. Such a great overtaking place as well, and such a great place to set up a run at this final corner towards the line to maybe snatch a win. Can Mario do that on this Aprilia? Not sure I saw with its straight line speed, but he sets a 44.5. Decent first effort. Brings it to the first corner again, hooking up that apex beautifully. Much better. Into the left and right on this occasion. Maybe not, actually, a bit wide on the exit. And 3/10 down. And hard on the power. If he's not looked like he's going to be improving on this, that, might have to abandon this effort. 0.45 should be good enough anyway to go through. No, he's 2/10 up. Much better through that sector. So introducing first gear seems to be working really well. Something you don't want to do in a race, but in qualifying, definitely want to use it at your disposal. Help get that engine braking in. Where tyre wear isn't really an issue. Now he's 4/10 up. This could be a 43 if he nails his final corner. Gets it all the way down to first. Early on the powers, Pedro sets a 44.3. Here goes Mario setting a 44.2. As it's just enough to beat Pedro's as they both make it through. Good to see Danny return to qualifying too for the first time in a while. Well, Cal Abraham leads the fifth row. Edo Petrucci and Espargaro. That's a huge shock. Don't often see Abraham right up there in qualifying. Or finish up there either. Instead of his teammate Battista. Surin and Rabat. Then we've got Bradley Smith, Morbidelli and Scott Redding. Luti, Simon, Alicia Espargaro. What is happening this season? And Nakagami back in last. So here goes Mario for his only qualifying effort in qualifying 2. Can he nail the lap and grab pole once again? This is always a bit wide in the first corner. Got the power nice and early though, they apex. So it's not all bad and doom and gloom. Well, that first corner again a bit wide. Through that chicane. Actually gets it properly stopped through the left on this chicane, no for once. The second chicane. The downhill left and right, or right and left should I say. We know our left and rights. Definitely been much better there. That's in these apexes. Kind of a bit more speed as well, a bit wide there through the left. We're going to power nice and nice. We go past the Pope on the new Pope. And downhill through the right hander. Just wait to get on that power to nail it. So you go using all of the curb, nicely done. Just one final corner to go. He really hooks up the apex, gets the power nice and early as well as he runs towards the line. This could be the 43. Oh, yes, it is. That's just ridiculous. Over a second quicker than the home heroes Rossi and Dovizioso. You got Marcus leading the second row of Vinales and Rins, then Miller, Crutcher and Zarco. Full of confidence, the Frenchman, after a home podium with Iannone, Lorenzo and Pedrosa on the fourth row. Absolutely crazy qualifying that. Can he even get anywhere close to that in the race? So here's my run up at the start, then from pole once again. Can he finally get a good getaway? On board the Aprilia has we. See the lights go out for 8 laps here in Italy, and that is not a good start. Look at Miller though, flying once again as here comes Iannone to have a little look. It's Mario down to 7th. Down to 6th. He just about gets ahead of Rins. No, he's on the dirt now. Lucky for him, Rins went a bit wide there. So Mario holds on, but still down to 6th. Not a good start. It's Brad Smith up to 15th ahead. But Tiersters, you've got Crutcher and Rins battling behind. Here comes Crutcher. Here comes Rins as well under the dirt. The Suzuki man. It's Mario trying to get back round the outside. Not working. Down the inside maybe. Not working either. He's down to 8th. And look at the top 5 just getting away. As Zarco down behind. Here comes the Iannone trying to have a little look. I see Sparkers are battling over 19th. Into family war going on. Look at Danny Pedro's up to 9th ahead of Iannone behind. As Marcus leads ahead of Dovi. Someone's gone way into the dirt in front. Is that Rossi? Rins with not a convincing exit from this fast chicane either. So Mario down the inside, is he? Suzuki is. Up into 7th. Behind the slipstream of his former teammate Crutchlow. We've got Danny into the top 10 ahead of Iannone. It's Marcus leading ahead of Dovi. Vinales, Miller and Rossi. Well, he rounds out the top 10. He's got a bit ahead of Pedrosa, has he? Smile all over Crutch though. Needs to clear his former teammate quickly if he wants to battle for this win. Chase down the top 4. I should say top 5. Again, Miller's still up there. So he takes a little look. Takes a little look again. Crotcher just slow on the exit corners. Already feel Mario trying to get the horn out. He's beeping at him. Down the inside. Oh, Crotcher down. Of course, Crotcher going to blame his ex-teammate. Mario's going to say, well, it's down the inside, mate. Why are you still turning in? As to go downhill through the right. So Mario into 6th. Now, does this initiate the launch into the top 5? As they were so close together. It just fails to get on the power significantly there. Well, at least spoke up to 17th. Oh, he wants some points today. McDonald's almost a second quicker that lap. And if Rins, Lorenzo, Petrucci had Ian Noni behind. So he gets it nicely, brakes into that first corner. Trying to chase down another former teammate in Miller. Zeno battling with Lorenzo over 8. Smart having to get it down to first, get this engine braking done to help. Got so down for these corners. Maybe not the best tactic. Bit of fast chicane there. Let's pass Spargo into the points. Cal Abram was still in the points. Good job from the Czech rider. Well, Cal Crutcher battling his way through the field past his fellow Brit, Scott Redding. Into 20th. It's almost a second gap behind for Mario. So he can concentrate and close in the gap to this top 5, beginning with Miller. He seems to be dropping back from the top 4, as maybe expected from the Pramac rider. Or he's a hot starter, but not. Got quite a cold finisher. It's all superb exit for Mario, right in the toe of Miller. Heading into the final corner, down the inside of the Australian. The Miller concedes, Mario into the top 5. That's about ahead of Serin for 17th. Valdemar VDS is over 22nd, Mohamed ahead of Luti. It's nice hitting that apex again, Mario, in that first corner. Lorenzo ahead of Ian only for 8th. We're about in Serin within flipping distance of the points. So Mario hitting way too much curb there. Well, Cal Abram does get into the points ahead. Well, Cal Crutcher gets into points ahead of Cal Abram, shall I say. Jack Miller once again interested in the top 5. Now trying to end that interest quite quickly. Close the gap down to this top 4. Once again, terrible in that slow chicane though. That's cost him a couple of tenths. He's got Miller right in his tail again. He just stuffs it down the inside of the Australian. Mario got the exit. So getting the hit from Miller as well. And that's cost him another couple of tenths. 1.3 back now. Nice smooth exit though. A bit wide. Has Zarco down maybe. Down to 20th behind Redding. Ahead of Redding now. No, less than a second back. We've got some work to do in the second half of this race if he wants to get back on the podium. We know he's got the pace. Just got to be consistent round here. And maybe once again, Priya just doesn't have the race pace compared to qualifying. We've seen that in a race. Yeah, he battled through the field, but he's still... No one was going to beat Marquez on that day. So Bugatti them on last time out. Fight was all over the place in the race. Mario just could not settle despite perhaps having the race pace for a podium. Just did not ride his best. Now here Mugello. Poor start again. battling through. And the bike's maybe on par with everyone in front, but don't seem to have the pace to catch them at the moment. And Sarko ahead of his teammate up into 16th. There's all Rossi a bit messy. There's his teammate Alicia Spargo down. And maybe he's sniffing a point. Mario gets on the power very lazily in the final corner. As Sarko back into the points ahead of Bradley Smith. Over 43.7. He's almost a second of a minute behind. Almost a second behind Rossi in front. As Crutcho back up to 13th ahead of Paul Spargo. LCR man wants some points. Mario nicely on the power tyre, not really an issue, so he can get down to first now. Can avoid to ride in it as well. The Pope's still being appointed in front, so no word who that is. It's in this like Vinales pulling away a bit in the lead. Marcus falling behind with Dovi trying to hold off Rossi. They wouldn't have expected that. They expected the Ducati just to pull away, but seems to be lost in the pack at the moment. Doesn't have the race pace for Marquez and Vinales, does Dovizioso. Very surprising. In fact, it looks like he's holding up Rossi, and here comes Mario. Joining the fun. Oh, what are you doing, Mario? That's your chance to be right in their tail. Instead, you've got yourself maybe half a second at most. At least a couple of tenths. And here comes the other couple of tenths, because he would have been right in their slipstream. Instead, here he is. Heading on to the penultimate lap. 5 tenths back. So all the way down to first, though, once again for that first corner. Definitely knows how to do that. Smith and Surin got point envy in 16th. And see, these are a couple of tenths in that first sector, does Mario. In race, it's hard to gain that gap back up. For the rest of this middle sector. And then he starts to gain in the second half of that. And look at that, 3 tenths back. Definitely is gaining now on the podium places. Maybe he is going to get some champagne. Once again, maybe doesn't have the pace with Vinales and Marquez, but Dobby's struggling. Rossi's all over him. Mario's all over Rossi now. It's part of Spargo in 14th ahead of Zarco. Oh, and Rossi's messed up. Here comes Mario around the outside of the Yamaha, maybe into the final corner. Not the best on the power at the final corner, but he's got the toe of the Yamaha's head onto the final lap. Chasing a podium, 43.6. He dives down the inside of Rossi and on into Dovi. Innocent party of Rossi and Mario just battling too hard for third. For fourth, should we say. Now it's third. Poor Andrea Dovizioso. Finally has something go his way in France last time out, and now it's back to the doldrums. You know, he's only down to 6th. He's ahead of Rins. No, it's not too bad, but still, home podium for Ducati. Never want to miss out on those, especially when it's not your fault. I'm not suggesting Rossi will be punished for that, but it's highly unlikely. Said Mayo could be. They're still battling over a podium here. We've got Marquez just in front in second. There's Mario with a superb run on Rossi. Heading into the final corner, next down the inside, gone a bit wide. As it's been a Vinales day. Superb performance for Maverick. On the run to the line, it's like Rossi's going to hold on to third. Maybe doesn't deserve it. Maybe that was Dovizioso's podium. We'll see what the stewards say, as for the time being, Mayo grabs fourth. Bit of a disappointing race once again though, as Vinales wins by 1.4 seconds ahead of Marcus, with Rossi just a tenth ahead of Mayo, with Miller again superb top 5 ahead of Dovizioso and Lorenzo. Then Rins, Petrucci, Iannone, Pedrosa, Battista, Crutcher down in 13th, Zarco, and Paul Spraga grabs the final point. But quite a lot actually ahead of Surin, Smith, Rabat, Redding, Carabram after a superb qualifying down in 20th, with Alicia Spargo in last. So in the Riders' Championship, it is very close, heading to the third way mark of the season, virtually. With Mayo just 4 points ahead of Marquez, and we've got Dovizioso in third, just ahead of Vinales, who's clawing himself into this title battle. Ahead of Rossi now, with Miller up to 6th ahead of Petrucci. What an outstanding start to the season with Jack Miller. Zarco down to 8th. Not able to repeat his heroics from France. Then we've got Lorenzo ahead of Pedrosa, battling for 11th, just as we expected for the veterans. And then Battista up to 14th ahead of Paul Espargaro. There's 18 riders to score points, and Xavier Simon is in last. As Yamaha take over at the top in the constructor standings by 5 points ahead of Aprilia, with just a single point ahead of Honda. Ducati in 4th, then Suzuki and KTM. And in the team's championship, Yamaha lead by 23 points ahead of Honda. Ducati in 3rd, 15 points ahead of Aprilia, now under attack from Pramac, just 3 points ahead of them. And you've got Suzuki, Tech 3, LCR and Gonieto up to 9th ahead of KTM, with only LCR, Honda Japan and Mark VS yet to score. So for Mayo, definitely achieved what he needed to for the team and the objectives, but not what he wanted. As once again, disappointment for him, while our fantastic Moto2 race saw Alex Marquez win ahead of Baldasari and Verge. Well, in Moto3, it was Martin Bezzecchi and Bastianini and Red Bull's Rookie Cup. You never guess what happened. As for Mayo, he's got some offers to view. He's basically on the radar of every team in the championship now. But he's committed to Aprilia, maybe. Despite what he's done with the point event, once again, just seems to be going in the wrong direction, or is this just what happens when you develop the bike? It's strange, because the second team in a row where we haven't touched the engine, we've touched everything else, and it just seemed to have set the balance of the bike. I know it should be improving the bike. As what does Mayo improve then? So he's gone for aerodynamics, he's gone for brakes. Maybe it'll be brakes around Catalonia. Increase the braking power. So there we go, that's at least those two components improved. Maybe it's because we've only improved one component or one side of each apart from the aerodynamics. Maybe we've got to even everything up. Maybe that will return the balance to the bike. Or maybe it's just certain areas where if you improve them, it doesn't actually help the bike. It's just confusing. We've got the second visit of Spain coming up, heading to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia next time. Normally a happy hunting ground for Mayo. Can he return to the podium after a minor blip and extend that championship lead? So for watching, and we'll find out next time.